So once you have removed all the pastries from the case and taken the labels off, put the excess in the storage, we're going to wipe out the pastry case. Now, you see the bagels here we don't keep overnight because those dry out quickly. So these will either donate them or the staff will take some home. Those we'll just put in a white grocery bag down here. We have those white bags that we use. We'll take the bagels and we'll put them in those bags and tie a knot. And if someone wants to take those home, that's fine. So continuing with the closing of the pastry case. You'll see here I've emptied it out now completely. You'll see here on top our sacks. We'll remove those and put them over to the side so we can completely wipe it down. So I'm moving everything off of the top of the pastry case temporarily so I can thoroughly wipe it down. Okay. Now, once I have it completely empty, I start wiping it. These containers, the display containers, will go back to the sink. They'll be washed and stored for the next morning. The pastry label bucket will be placed back underneath the register storage area here, as you see. Be underneath the register right there. And I'll take those back to the sink to get those washed. Then what I'll do is I'll take a new, now these, we'll put the container, the lid on these, and we'll bring them to the kitchen and put them in the storage area for overnight. Okay, and now you take a clean towel. It's important that you use a clean towel because you don't want to cause more work than necessary. So, nice, clean, wet towel. Put some hot water on it, and then I'll start from the top down, and I'll wipe down all the crumbs. Okay. Now you see here the crumbs get underneath this crack area here. So what I do is I reach underneath and lift this slightly carefully because it is glass, and I wipe this edge around this edge. Again, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, lifting the glass, it's okay. Just try to get the crumbs out of this crevice as much as possible. And you'll see under here there's a ledge. Sugar builds up. You can see under here there's this ledge which needs to be wiped out. Okay. You're gonna wipe the sides of it, and you're gonna try to work from the top down, bringing all the crumbs down to the bottom corner where you'll very easily vacuum them at the end of the process. Getting the crevice here, the ledge, working down the top shelf, just wiping all the crumbs, letting them just fall down to the bottom shelf. If there's any major, cleanup, you can get some Windex and spray it in there. Remembering to get the sides. Oftentimes the pastries will rub up against there and leave a frosting, sugar, or chocolate. It's important that we clean that up. So moving down to the second shelf now. Wiping all the crumbs down to the bottom. Okay. And then you'll see here, once I've knocked all of them down to the bottom, I'm just gonna wipe it all, push it down. Show you from this angle. Now this is the front angle. This one here opens up. See the glass opens up like that. You very carefully, it's got a little weight to it. You don't want to let it go suddenly. Okay, it's a little fragile. Just open it up And again, we're just gonna wipe those crumbs down to one side of the corner, the back corner, so we can vacuum them up. Trying to get all the edges. You want to get that vacuum and start vacuuming them out. So now what I've done is I've wiped all the crumbs out. I've wiped the sides, both inside and outside, making sure I've gotten the edges of things. See here, sometimes the pastries scrape on there and leave a crust. Everywhere visible. So now I pushed all the crumbs down to the bottom right corner, and Yazin now is just going to simply vacuum them. This is the easiest way to do it. And what you'll also see here is the part where the door opens and closes. See here, there's like some grooves in here. We'll use that vacuum to vacuum all those crumbs in there. If there's ever a buildup, you can use this brush located in the tool drawer and help you break up any sugar buildup in the corners if needed. If you want, you can pour a little hot water in there and dissolve any sugar. So after we vacuumed it all out, so after you've thoroughly vacuumed it out, you're gonna go and just give it the Windex up front. And this part is important because this is what makes it look crystal clear in the morning. And the important thing to remember about this is that you always want to use a clean, fresh towel. Even if the towel looks clean, it may have milk residues and it leaves a streak, so it'll make the pastry case look awful. So it's important to use a fresh towel. If we're out of towels for some reason, use paper towels. And then what you're gonna do is just spray it down with Windex and wipe it, do the final wipe. I like to do the top and the bottom. Spray it down and then just simply dry it off. You see here. Make sure you're getting any fingerprints, smeared. And then don't pick up the bottom of this under here. And that is how you close the pastry case at the end of the night. See how clean it is? And it's important that we leave it clean because in the morning, they don't have time to deal with cleaning it. They have a lot of things to do to set up in the morning, bake scuffins, get everything going. And it's really hard on the staff if they come into work and the pastry case needs to be cleaned before they can even start. You see here the glass is nice and crisp, no crumbs anywhere, the sides are clean, the top's clean. We vacuumed out the door area there where the crumbs collect oftentimes. Again, to remind you in here, in this area here where the doors. And that's a beautiful looking pastry case. Thank you for listening.